Hello everyone. We welcome you all to our second series of Lawyers on Company Law, a byproduct of our YouTube channel, The Noble Litigators. Today, I am Advocate Upasna, Legal Associate at the Law Offices of Kunwar Vivek Tawar, Advocate and Associates, is going to discuss about the winding up by the tribunals under the Companies Act 2013. Winding up of a company is an activity which includes selling all the assets, paying off the creditors, and distributing the remaining assets to the shareholders of the company. Going through the procedural aspect, even after the digitalization, it is always challenging to start a business. However, it is even more challenging to wind up the same since it enjoys a separate legal entity than its promoters. Winding up of a company is a process whereby the life of the company has brought to an end. Under winding up, the property of a company are administered for the benefit of its creditors and members. Broadly, there are following two modes of winding up of the company. The first one is compulsory winding up of the company, and second is voluntary winding up of the company. Compulsory winding up of the company: when the company formed and registered under the ordinance has been ordered to be wound up by the court or tribunal. The same is known as compulsory winding up of the company. Compulsory winding up is possible only under the following circumstances: when the company had passed the special resolution affecting the company be wound up by the tribunal or court. He acted against the interest of the sovereignty and integrity of the country. The company has defaulted in filing in its financial statement or annual returns for 5 consecutive financial years. Tribunal or court believes that the company is conducting its affairs fraudulently, or the formation of the company was for the fraudulent and unlawful purpose. The tribunal or the court is of the opinion that it is just and equitable to wind up the company. An application for the closure of the company shall be made by way of petition. The company, creditors, any contributory or contributors, the registrar, any person authorized by the central government, any person authorized by the state government may file the same. On the receipt of the petition, the tribunal may dismiss the petition with or without cost, make an interim order as it thinks fit, appoint a provisional liquidator till the passing of the winding up order, pass an order for winding up of the company, pass any other order as it may think fit. The tribunal is required to pass an order within a period of 90 days from the date of receipt of petition. In case the petition has been filed by any person other than the company, then the tribunal would direct the company to file its objection along with the statement of affairs with the period of 30 days. The tribunal is required to give notice to the company and give a reasonable opportunity of being heard before appointing a provisional liquidator. The director and other officers of the company are required to file books of accounts of the company to the liquidator. Now comes to the procedure for compulsory winding up of the company. The first step is the filing of the petition for winding up of a company. The petition so filed has to be accompanied by the statement of affairs of the company. The petition should be advertised in the following manner. The advertisement must be carried out under Form 6. The advertisement should be in a daily journal at least for 14 days. The language of the advertisement should be in the regional language of the respective area and in English. The company needs to submit complete audited books of accounts. If the tribunal finds that the accounts are in order and all mandatory compliances has been complied with by the company, the tribunal will pass an order for dissolving and winding up of the company. The registrar will issue a notice after the order of the tribunal into the official gazette mentioning that the company is dissolved. Now, effects of other amendments on the status of voluntary winding up. The provisions of voluntary winding up provided under 2013 Act presently stands omitted due to the notification of Section 255 of the Code. However, these provisions now fall within the purview of Section 59 of the Code, which deals with voluntary liquidation of corporate person. This section is yet to be notified. Till that date, rules framed by the Honorable Supreme Court at any time before the commencement of 2013 Act shall continue to be in force till the time new rules are framed to that effect by the central government, and any reference to the High Court in those rules shall be construed as reference to the tribunal. The tribunal shall not have the authority to entertain applications with respect to the voluntary winding up till the notification of provisions of voluntary winding up under the Code. That's all about the winding up by the tribunal under the Companies Act 2013. I hope you all have liked our podcast channel. If so, then do please subscribe our channel, The Noble Litigators. You can ask questions, give feedback, and for further queries, contact us on our website www.advocatetanvir.com. Thank you and have a good day.